So I'm going to help you reduce your hypertension today with diet and exercise. So what do we need to reduce hypertension? Well, we need lots of potassium. Potassium is going to come from foods like vegetables, fruits, beans, sweet potatoes. Those are some foods that are really high in potassium, as well as avocados and nuts. If you have diabetes and you need to control your blood sugar, then you can control the fruit. You probably know oranges have and bananas have potassium, but those can raise your blood sugar. So if you have blood sugar to control, then you could focus more on things like nuts and avocados to get those potassium numbers. So potassium helps to lower sodium in the body. And sodium, which salt is high in sodium, raises your blood sugar, or for a lot of people it does. So reducing your salt, controlling your salt intake, your sodium intake is very important. And increasing your potassium intake to help to get rid of extra sodium out of the body. So as far as the sodium goes, where is your sodium or salt in your diet? People think the salt shaker. Well, yes, but most of our sodium and salt comes from processed food. Canned food, frozen food, deli food, things like bacon and sausage and lunch meats and chips and all of these things that we buy in a package that have had a lot of salt added to them, bouillon cubes that people use for cooking, the flavoring packet in ramen, those things have a ton of salt. And a lot of people who have high blood pressure, that blood pressure is affected by salt, and they really need to cut back on that. So what can you do to flavor your food? Well, anybody who tries to reduce their salt, if you like the salt, you're going to think your food is bland and you're not going to like it. But guess what? Everybody adapts. So if you'll just give it a few days, a week, 2, 3, you'll find that if you just start cutting back, that your taste adapts and you start to taste the flavor of the food without the salt. Other things, garlic, onions, spices, herbs, all of these things have a lot of flavor. Even things like cooking with celery, carrots, peppers, chilies, all kinds of spices and herbs have a lot of flavor. Acid helps to reduce the need for salt. So lemon, lime, vinegar, all of these kind of things can help replace salt, make your food delicious, and maybe end up enjoying your food even more without salt when you flavor it with all these extra flavors. Now, in addition to your diet, exercise helps to reduce your blood pressure. How does that happen? You would think your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up. Yeah, it might a little bit while you're exercising, but exercise, what does it do? It strengthens us, like it strengthens our muscles. Well, it strengthens your heart. So your heart has to work less hard the more fit it gets, and you'll find that as you exercise, your blood pressure starts to go down. And guess what? You don't have to go to the gym. You just walk 30 minutes a day, and you've got all you need to help control your blood pressure. Finally, losing just 5% of your weight, no matter what your weight is, 5%. So if you weigh 200 pounds, 5% is 10 pounds. 5% of your weight will reduce your blood pressure, or can reduce your blood pressure, as well as taking medication. So that 5% is very important. And so if you put together the food, the exercise, trying to lose 5% of your weight, you might see some really great improvements to your blood pressure and reducing your medications, and maybe even get off your medications.